Hey, how are you doing, everyone? As you all know, I still looking for a job. I between jobs, and currently I'm unemployed for almost for 1 month. And I start applying for jobs even before I lost my job, and I didn't well yet. The reason is many things, but one thing is impressed me the most. Recently, I got invitation for the exams, and when I came to that kind of exams, it was like written exam, oral reading. How do you understand the text? How do you understand the math? All that kind of stuff. And it was besides me, it was like 100 candidates. It would be more if the hiring process wouldn't cut off on 100 candidates at some point. But my point is, say if I pass this exam, I will go to the interview and maybe a couple of more people. But what the rest of the 97 people gonna do, 99 people gonna do, right? They're gonna do job search and they eventually gonna find another job, right? Well, first of all, why do I need that kind of exams? Upon applying, I was asked if I can provide a high school diploma, which I have, and I said, yes, I can. And yet I still need to go over the exams. That's the same thing like in a high school. You do some math, you do some reading, and you do some tests. How do you understand the text, and so on and so on. Well, the answer on that question, because it's so many candidates, companies usually applying that kind of exams. The best candidate will answer all the points, and hence this is going to be a good person to work with. In our society, in the current economy, everyone's struggling find a job, especially 2025, 2026, because we don't have much job left. All this post-COVID era is just getting worse and worse, and even graduates from the colleges having troubles to find a good job, right? And it's so many people. Job places are less and less hiring, so there is no way everyone gonna get a job, right? That's why exams exist. And if you worked in IT, you know that they have technical interviews, like coding challenges. They also weeding out the candidates that perform not that good as potentially good candidates. So aside of that, I did some research on how to, back in the days, I did some research how to look for a job, and many people doing making a point where you need to networking, which is work. Yeah, that thing is work, but for example, last time it was 100 candidates, right, on one job position. And if everyone networking, who gonna take the job? All 100 or only one person? What's the point of the networking if there is no job, like there is no much job left? Say in a company where only 15, 20 people work, they don't need all 100. They need only one person or two people, and it's gonna be new hire, and that's it. The rest of 100 gonna look for a job somewhere else, right? Is it right? I don't know. I hesitate to answer. In today's economy, we don't have much choice, just to follow the rules. But the thing impressed me that people usually looking for into the networking to get a job, rather than look into the what's happening around. Why this is happening? Why not much job left? why everyone's struggling, right? Was it always like this? I don't really remember how was it like a decade ago. Decade ago was much better. Before coronavirus, companies would rather expand their workforce than lay off. Right now, everyone is lay off. Everything works against the job seekers. Everything works against the companies that hiring. There is not much I could tell on this point, except that it's kind of the situation is kind of getting worse and worse from year to year. Even so, there are companies that still willing to take new people in, and that is still happening. It's just the amount of job applicants. Say, for example, the job that I worked recently in airport as a ramp agent, I had talk with a manager, and she said that she's still hiring people. And I asked her how many people applying from, she said 500 for, we had like 3 positions. 500 people for 3 positions. How do she gonna make a process interview? How do she find the right candidate? And what the rest of the people gonna do? Someone gonna tell you just life or what you want? I want to like a stable life, opportunity of the job for everyone, a chance for interview, not ghosting. At least a chance to talk about your previous experience with someone who hiring, right? So why I will start talking about that. We need to prove ourselves even before the interview, right? We're going to the exams in a police department for police training. I did exams for writing and speaking, and exams for physical part, where I was running against what do you call them, obstacles. I was running for a long distance, and then we was dragging dummy, jumping on the top of the wall, and all that kind of stuff. And that's how I got to the eligibility list, because I passed everything. But along with me, it was some people who didn't pass, and they were struggling to do physical test. They was probably not ready. I'm quite sure if they would do some training, they would do that until the end. Even I felt like not well at the end of the test, especially physical. I felt like I need more training in my life. So they did without filtered a lot of candidates that way. Even they have open positions, they still need to make an effort. HR for police department need to make effort to take just a certain number of candidates to the interview, rather than take everyone, right? And that's scaring me. That's scaring. Where do we move? What if we do end up in a situation where there is no job, where there is a lot of people who are looking for a job and they can find it? Thousands of applications, and no one is reached a point where they get hired. I feel like this is exactly the situation that's happening right now. And a lot of people, they're good people, they have skills, they have education, and they're still struggling. That's the most scary part. Every year we have something new. It's COVID, it's layoffs, and it's hard to say what's going to be next year. And I don't know, will I find a job myself? I'm kind of not bad in searching of the job. I have number of years of interviews. When I worked in IT, I I had plenty of experience in many kind of fields of expertise, and yet I still can't find a job. I can't imagine people who graduated from the college, what do they do? People who don't have college, what do they do? Like, yeah, all these young people, they are kind of inheriting a world where we just don't have a job. I don't know. Let me know what you think about a situation in the world. How do you look for a job? And like and subscribe. See you in the next video.